YouTube, welcome back to another Azur Lane account review video. I'm Megiddo Live, and today we're going to be looking at Primall's account. He is on the Little Enterprise server, just started back in August, and has asked for some help with his Opsi fleets and a little bit of gearing. And yeah, we're just going to take a look at his account here. If you like this type of content, please leave a like and maybe consider subscribing. And if you want, maybe leave a comment down below. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, first off, we're level 105. So you started in August. That was what, 7 months ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months ago. Starting secretary here, we've got Nagato with an oath skin. Okay, I'll take it. We take those. Next, well, Heinrich with her swimsuit skin, which looks a little different than I remember. I remember having an issue with this skin, like the legs looked kind of weird, like out of place, but it doesn't look that way anymore. So I mean, it is what it is. It's good skin. It's good skin. Drop from chest for me. Okay, so you got it out of a lucky bag. Okay. And then we've got Aegir made feet skin. All right, cool. Here we're back in this again. We've got the best skin in the game for Rune. Let's go. Best skin in the game. And then another really good skin. A skin I don't see very often these days because I don't see a lot of Graf Zeppelin. So, yeah. I like this. You don't see a lot of Graf. Graf is one of those characters that's definitely been forgotten in the Ironblood, I feel like she doesn't pop up in the story. Maybe she doesn't pop in the story, but I haven't paid attention. What do I know? But she got the one swimsuit skin her entire existence, and that's it. But it's good. Ironblood enjoyer. Yep. Appreciates the classics. That's right. Yep. It's good. Appreciate that. Awesome. So we are at Didn't write anything. Doesn't have anything right here, so we have to do the usual. Right, he wrote write something. I just noticed that he wrote write something. I'm writing something. I will. Guido was here. There you go. That's your new message. Collection 40% roughly, not bad. Exercise win rate 96. He actually is exercising. Got up to captain. Okay. No things up here, but has acquired quite a bit of the free ones, including the new ones that are free. Nice. Cool. And then, yeah. So those are your 5 secretaries. 119, 120, 115, level 1, and 125 at 200. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at his dock. He has already bought quite a bit of dock space. I'm also noticing that you have the Akashi Pauprids, by the way. I'm going to click that. You should probably collect these. Have you unlocked Akashi yet? She is there just for the skin. Fair enough. Nope. Okay. Well, then I'm going to bam. Now you have the missions to unlock Akashi. Congratulations. Basically, you just have to head pat Akashi a ton. Alright. Let's look at your oaths. What kind of oaths we got going on here? Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 7 oaths. Okay. Unzen, Nagato, Hakuryu, Shimakaze, a girl, Javelin, and Odin. The uncommon but still good Odin oath. Good choice. Good choice. I appreciate this choice. The rest are pretty common. I started because of Odin. Oh, okay. An Odin enjoyer joins the game. Awesome. Yes, and now you can get your own very own Scam Cat. All right, let's look at this. Let's see your fleets. Someone was clearly playing the game up to a few minutes ago. Awari 125. Okay. You unlocked Izamo and Rune before you unlocked Monarch. I am so sad. Yep. Fox Mines was farmed. Fox Mines was definitely farmed. Akagi Kaga 125. Helena retrofit, yep. Hidachi retrofit, nice. Nelson. Cool. You went back and fully unlocked Hiryu meta. I have seen a lot of new players I've seen do this. They go back and they unlock Hiryu meta completely. I don't get it. I'll be honest. I don't get how Hiryu meta is the one that people go to first. She's good, but it's very interesting. The game recommends her for you? Really? Really? Because honestly, I would tell people to get Helmet first. To get Helena meta first. Because she's good, but Helena meta is, at the moment, Helena meta, like Jinsu meta, who just came out, right, are probably the stronger ones. And then the Ironblood ones are really good too. So. But Helena meta is just really good. Just the base of all things to introduce the dossier system? Okay. That can make sense. Okay. What are your favorites? Okay. The only ultra you have are these. You're getting more than FTG. Okay. I think because she was the first. That would make sense, Silver. That would make sense. Let's see skins. What skins have you bought already? Yep. Okay. Okay. Real quick, let's go ahead and look at the fleets that you're running. Aegir is almost maxed out. Hakuryu is maxed out. Ironblood. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's look at your depot here. You're not going to have a Valentine's yet, since you just started in August. You used your Amagi gift to get Amagi. Or you used the invite to get Amagi. Good choice. Low books. Prints. Let's mean you're Opside. You're definitely Opside Gaming. Low amount of cubes, but we did just come out of an event, so that would make sense. At least a week ago. So those will recover. Okay. Decent plate count for a early game player. You have been opening all of your boxes. It looks like your gearbox is good. Smart. I was relying on the Ironblood scam. Ah, gotcha. Got the boost for the Ironblood. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense actually. Okay amount of core data for a new player. You're not gonna have a ton, so that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. No, this is I think looks right at the moment. I will be looking a little bit closer at your characters in the mirror. You got your first 10 ray already. Smart. Hold on a second. I think I missed. Did you? You do not have any of the data packs. I hope you've been turning them into points. I would imagine you are if you already have your first 10 ray. And a Wyvern already. Nice. Plus 13s. BDs. Hellcats. Another Wyvern in the waiting. Even got your sub-torps already. I forced XP on Hakuryu. Unfortunate. High performance. Ryoseis. This looks good. Anything else with the core? Do you ever stop using core data? For as I can see, you want to keep getting those items. For the most part, no, not really. You don't ever really stop using core data. It's pretty much always you want to get it. Amount. Yep. I don't see any gear level that you shouldn't have leveled. Well, you farmed up quite a bit of the old heavies. That's good. This is good. Good. Good, 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 good. Bad, but whatever. Good, good. Wait, are these the acoustic? No, they're not. Oh, they're the auxiliary one. Never mind. Auxiliary one. Wait, no, because you can put these in the main too. That's right. Okay. Just one acoustic. Did you get the purple or gold one? No, you did not. Okay. You did not get the gold one from the Tempesta event. That's okay. Like, a lot of the gear that you have leveled is good gear to have leveled, right? I don't see any. I would switch this off and put one of these on her instead. Right? I would take this off because this fighter has kind of lost its effectiveness. It's not terrible. I think it's good like way later on. It might actually be good finding enough for World 13 as well, since it actually intercepts. These do not intercept. So I was just messing with my C before I logged out. Gotcha. You have the augments for the Iron Blood. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay. I'm definitely seeing I'll see what we can do with this. So let's look at your dorm. Okay. Oh wow, you're out of food. Holy crap. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I've never seen anybody without a food, because you can buy food with oil. Okay, leveling up your common ships at the moment. Probably for limit breaks for items, it looks like. Because I did not see, I don't think I saw a beaver tag. Oh, there's a beaver tag in here. Why the commons? I'm out of food since I started. Out of cola. Okay. Why commons in here? Why are these in here? Why are these in here? What's going on with that? I mean, you don't have much experience anyways, since you said you've been out of food since the beginning of the game. Not wasting oil on food. Okay, fair enough. You don't have a lot of it, so I guess that's fine. I'm evolving them. Okay. Oh, those are for a retrofit. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Right, what is your world progression? World 13. World 13. Okay. So I remove shifts, they all disappear. Gotcha. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, sometimes there's food in here. In here for gold. Ah. Aha, someone who's actually buying the gear boxes. Yes. Good. Good. Get gear. It's a good way it's just a good way to get some more gear, whether it be purple or gold. I actually encourage this. Some people don't. I do. Because once you can farm gold, it's really not that big a deal. Merit. Yep. And the gearbox. Yep. Guild. I would buy these. Since you have this many points, I would start buying these as well. Kind of compulsive spender. Fair enough. Fair enough. Meta prize monthly. Make sure you probably don't. You kind of do need to start getting these at the level you're at World 13. So, and yeah, you did buy the 10 right out of here. Okay, yeah. At least the array. Yeah, at least the arrays, I would say. Because how much did you have? Yeah. Cog chips. Rather buy gear. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you're probably getting enough cog chips. You'll be fine. But I would say arrays are more. I would say the arrays are more important than the gear, personally. People who don't recommend boxes from Shirinu Shop are probably based on a position of luxury. I agree. So you can only allow to get gold gear until the event rolls around. I agree. 100% code. I'm right there with you. Buy that. Buy it. And even if the event is good, exactly, you're still going to be lacking. To get a lot of the base gear you need gold boxes, and the best way to get gold boxes is to buy it from the shop. All right, let's look at since we're here. Oh no, let's look at your PR progress. What are you researching right now? Focused on 4, which is good. 4 is probably the best. Tennerize all the way, right? Oil for AP, yeah. Yes, oil for AP. Don't be like me. Cogs, rigging, cog, yeah, and then you're working on this one as well. Okay. So you're in PR4, which is good because 10 rise. PR4 has like some of the best, just the best gear stuff that you want in terms of like dive bomber, torpedo bomber, a good fighter, good battleship gear, good all front line gear, good battleship gear, good anti-air gear. But PR4 is very, very good. Yeah. Good anti-air since World 13. Yep. It's just very, very good. You're on the catch up for that. You max this out. You need to switch your selection up. You need to pick something. Yeah, you need to pick something. You're not getting anything anymore from this. Make sure you either switch it to Anchorage is what I would do rank, or you're doing AVP, so either or. AVP. There you go. You can change it around. It doesn't really matter where you put it, but that's what I would go for. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, can you do all these at the same time? I can't remember. No, you can't. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I thought you could do them all at the same time. Never mind. Okay. And you got in the twin Italian. It's like 40 on bovers, but more range. Yeah. Cool. So your actual research progression is you are currently working on Hindenburg, but you are researching PR4. Okay. So Ironblood and IJN are your focus. Okay. PR4, you'll be able to finish these off pretty quickly, honestly, at this point. I started for the XP grind. No, makes sense. Makes sense. Since you mostly use Ironblood and IJN, that makes sense. Yeah. Your gold coining, I assume, for FDG. And man, no Monarch. Sag. So Sag. So Sag. But, you know, it's all good. At least you maxed out Rune. That was good. That was smart. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Like I really wouldn't change it. Like your focus is clearly Ironblood stuff, so I wouldn't really change anything what you're doing right now. So you're doing good. You're doing good. You're in the right lane. You're in the right vein. You're going the right direction. Okay, let's go ahead and check out Operation Siren here. What are these fleets? Why? I don't understand. Why does everybody put their mob fleet in 2 these days? I'm so confused. I'm so confused by this. So many people are doing this. They're putting their mob fleet in 2, and I'm so confused by it. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand. Don't understand. Hold on one moment. I always think of one as your main boss fleet. No. Just like extra clicks when we auto search, I guess. Yeah, another fleet 2 pairs in the family. Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess. I've never, main boss is your first fleet, sure. You do what you want. Let's see. Let's look at these fleets. Fleets 3 and 4, just random ragtag. Okay. We'll build your mob fleet first. Probably had the right idea with this. Let's see. And your boss fleet was... You had this paired up with Hakuryu. Is there a better position than that? I mean, frankly, Hakuryu always going to be good. Nagato, obviously. I see what you're doing with that, with the Nagato and Hakuryu, but that means you really want another carrier. So what you could do here instead is classic Kagi Kaga. And then here you could do... Yeah, no, that's actually... Because you want her... So here's the thing. Nagato's buff is a 7 Sakura. Or no, sorry. It's 40 with flash to increase all your Sakura amplifiers, firepower % and reload next to 20%. Also increases the damage of all your carriers by 20%. So basically you want to pair Nagato with carriers, more so than you want to pair her with battleships, because she increases their damage by 20%, right? But she also increases their reload and accuracy by 20%. Firepower doesn't matter. It's the reload and accuracy by 20% and the carrier damage by 20%. So by pairing them up with Akagi and Kaga, who have the Alpha Strike, right, the pre-reload, they fire even faster, right? Like they're just doosh, 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 right? Not the preload, but they have the fire, the preemptive strike. Like for their first strike, will go out even faster, and then their strikes after that will go out faster with that. So I would generally pair her up with these two because they pair well together, and then you can put Hakuryu somewhere else. Like she won't get the bonus from Nagato now. However, these two together with that bonus and plus their own bonus, right? Their own paired up bonus is quite good. Right? So instead, you put Amagi in there with them instead for Owari and Hakuryu as another fleet. Yes, the dream would be Nagato, Shinano, Hakuryu, but since you don't have Shinano and you want another carrier, that's what I would do. He does not have Taiho. We are working on characters that he has currently, and I do not see a Taiho here. You could use Akagi Yu as well. Akagi Yu is actually also a good option. Alternate options, basically here. So your alternate options here would be to use. Alternate options would include Akagi Yu. Akagi Yu is an option. She's really strong. Taiho Muse, not so much. Hiryu on her own can be really good with her retrofit. Katsuragi isn't a terrible idea, but you definitely want another carrier. You don't want to use Owari with Nagato because she's just not going to get as much out of it. For Owari would just be better off on her, either on her own as a battleship or in another battleship fleet, right? Synergies is what you're looking for. We talked about this before on stream, right? Synergies is what you're looking for in your fleets. So Akagi Yu would be your other option here, but yeah. This is what I would do instead. With what you have, if you do have another redemption, then yeah, Taiho with her augment is also a good pair up with Hakuryu. I agree. Yeah, but Ryo can be good, but you wouldn't see. So here's the thing, guys. Some of the options like you present is like, yeah, that would be good, but you're not going to use Hakuryu in a mob fleet. At that point, you're building an entirely different fleet, right? At this point, you're building an entirely different. If you're using Ryoho, you're building a mob fleet. You're not building a boss fleet. We're talking about a boss fleet here, not a mob fleet, right? You're building an entirely different fleet at that point. You would not pair up Nagato with Ryoho unless you were building a mob fleet. Which you can build Nagato for mobbing with Ryoho and another carrier or another battleship as an example, but that's not what we're looking at right now. So for your mob fleet, you have Bismarck in here and then Odin, so you're gonna want more Iron Blood. Yeah, she has the heal. That makes sense. Nope, that makes sense. Yeah, using her here is a good idea. She's good in the mob. You have Mogami as well. Asanagi, Natori, Yudachi. Kitakaze down here, which would be great. So, another character you might want to consider is Chikuma. So, a character you might want to consider leveling up is Chikuma. Especially because you're so IGN focused. I know this is your favorite, so you remember it. Because you're so IGN focused, you're going to want Chikuma leveled up. Because her skill here, this one. Yeah. If there's a Soccer Empire CV afloat in your main fleet when this barrage fires, 50% chance to inflict 6% aircraft damage taken debuff for 8 seconds. 100% chance to inflict one of the following randomly chosen debuffs as well. You're gonna want that extra buff is good. She makes a good frontline tanky character. She is actually quite tanky as well with her evasion and speed and all that other stuff. So she would actually make a great tank for your carrier fleet, which you have here, right? More buffs for your this if you decide to change that. Your best bet would wait till you get once you get Kazugumo from the standard banner. You're gonna want to throw her in this fleet most likely. I don't think Notori does Notori have an IOA or ARA, air radar assist. Nope. But wait, is she a gunboat though? That's another question. And I read the skill, but I didn't really read them. Charge deploys barrier, allows the stream of exchange for the ship fires and main guns, fires additional guns and spawning rods, plus battleship. Shooters blow decrease your CL's damage taken by 12%. Increase the ship's firepower and torpedo by 6%. She assault skill activates fire level 6 barrage. She has a firepower, so she would actually benefit from her firepower buff as well. And then Yudachi actually probably would be the next best bet on another destroyer because she also is a firepower based ship. Yeah, running enemies, monsters, crit rate. She's also torpedo. So the really funny part here is that torpedo memes. And then, what's Mogami doing? She's a firepower based ship. She takes AP reduction. 5 hits with a torpedo increases her firepower. Yeah, she's a firepower based ship, so then you could throw her in here with this. Basically. Yeah. So basically you have your carrier fleet, carrier buff, but also her firepower buff will actually help all three of these ships, right? Plus the accuracy and reload buff, right? So you have her accuracy, reload buff, and carrier buff buffing your two carriers. Then you have her firepower, accuracy, reload buff buffing all three of your vanguard ships, right, for boosted damage. Then in the Bismarck fleet, you have the you have Bismarck's front, mobbing. You have Odin's mobbing. You have Unicorn's healing, and you have her buffing all of these Ironblood ships except for Hatsutsuki, who, frankly, she's good in the mob because she has a self-heal, but you might want to consider running an Ironblood ship there instead. And then for your battleship / carrier fleet, your more battleship-oriented one here, you don't really have another battleship unless you wanted to run Tosa, which I would actually recommend. I actually would actually recommend leveling Tosa and leveling up her skills if you're going to be IJN focused, because she has a cross fleet barrage, which can be helpful. So you can put her down like in your 4th fleet, set her up for like a burn comp, and that way on her cross fleet barrage she's helping out, right? The same thing with Akashi is also another good cross fleet there as well. Another ship to consider for battleship fleets is actually Mikasa. While she's kind of squish, her buff is real strong. So the only other battleship you have is Izumo, and Izumo's not the greatest, but she'll work. She's a PR ship, so she will definitely work. Right? She would definitely get the job done. Welcome back to the stream, Ram. She's a PR ship, so she will definitely get the job done. Right? If you wanted to do a battleship fleet and then you have your carrier fleet, but then you don't have Hakuryu anywhere, so you have to build another fleet for Hakuryu, or you can stick her in the mob, or you can go with the Akagi Yu idea that I told you about before for this, because that would work as well. Yeah, I think that's like my best recommendations there is these 3 fleets. Like, I would level up your Chikuma, I would level up your Mogami, I would get your Yudachi up there, and I would go with this. I need to wait so many Bulins. Yes, but Bulins are actually, like, trust me, Bulins just start rolling in, especially with the weekly, with PvP and all that stuff. Bulins just, they roll in. They roll in. They roll in, trust. This is another thing that you could do. You do an Ironblood focused carrier fleet, because remember, Bismarck also buffs carriers more than she buffs battleships. So the best way to do it would be to run this with old Bismarck. This is how you run her. You run her with 2 carriers, right? And then you run some Ironblood in the front line also. That's where Aegir gets dropped in. In fact, since I wasn't putting Aegir anywhere, you could technically put Aegir in this fleet instead. Kalakaze is also a really good destroyer, especially when you get her augment. Sirius is a character to level if you... It looks like you don't care about anything about outside of like USS or outside of KMS and IJN. But if you want options outside of those factions, then San Diego, Sirius, Kitsakaze is good, actually. Prinz, I would level up. Since you like Ironblood, I would level up Prinz. She's actually very, very strong. And do you have Z1? A Z fleet would also work if you ever get Z1. So you have a lot of options, like kind of like sitting around. Maybe nothing like super concrete, but that's what I would go with. And then as far as like gearing those characters, gear is fine here. So something to keep in mind is you use the AP rockets when you're against medium. Sometimes light enemies are fine too. Since you don't have any alternative, you can use these fighters against light enemies as well. Because 110, 140. Because these fighters are 80, 90. Use them against heavy armor is what you want. Right? And then for dive bombers, you already know the Tenrai inflicts armor break 1. And then is for medium to heavy armor, right? The BTD destroyer, again, same thing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, medium to heavy armor. I don't know if the Suseis have something different. Medium to heavy armor, yep. And then for torpedo bombers, you already know the Wyvern, because of the way it drops. Again, medium to heavy armor, but remember they're parallel, so they're good for mobbing. And then I didn't know this Firecrest had Sakura. That's interesting. The Blackburn torpedo 40. I think the Susei is the same. Yeah, 110, 130. The Jew is 110, 130. So you're all heavy armor, medium to heavy armor, basically on carriers. Generally speaking, without the Yorktown 2 event stuff, you're gonna want to use battleships against light armor and carriers against medium and heavy armor. But you can use battleships against heavy armor as well. But medium armor is generally the bottleneck there. So yeah, I think that's all I can really say for gearing on that. And then in your mob fleet, something to consider with your mob fleet characters is to use AP guns, because AP shells in the front line will go through targets and hit the target behind them. So you technically get more effective DPS out of AP shells in the front line than you do HE. Unless you are against, obviously, light armor targets, then you're going to want to run HE ammo, basically. So the difference being like HE or AP, right? That is the general best way to go about it. So, yeah, that's those are my recommendations for your fleets on that aspect. How do I find the enemy armor type? So, generally speaking, in Operation Siren, when you go into like a boss or something along those lines, when your fleet is locked, but you can unlock the fleet and then go look at it. You can see the armor type of the enemy. But generally speaking, if the enemy is a battleship, they have heavy armor. If the enemy is a carrier, they have medium armor. If the enemy is a heavy cruiser, they have medium armor. If the enemy is a light cruiser, they have light armor. And if the enemy is a destroyer, they have light armor. And you can tell that by all the different symbols that come up on the enemy's like typing. And worst case scenario, you can either look it up on the wiki, or you can ask in our Discord chat, like, hey, what's the armor type for boss 12-1, right? And someone will answer you, basically. So you know how to gear for that. As for your World 13 ships, because you did actually ask for some help with World 13 as well. This is your mob fleet, again on fleet 2. The problem here is you need carriers, and you're running too many battleships. I can say that right now. You're running way too many battleships. You're going to struggle running battleships, and you're also going to struggle because Ironblood has really shit anti-air. Ironblood is really bad anti-air, and you're not running any anti-air gear. Oh, you have one on here. Yeah, you're going to want to run more of these on your front line. You're going to want to swap out your battleships for carriers like this. Like if you want to run, this is your mob fleet, this is fine because she will give defensive stats to all four of these Ironblood ships, right? If this is your boss fleet, you're going to want to swap this out for some other IJN carrier if you're going to run carriers. Again, running a Kagi and Kaga here, again, I say will probably do you more than running Hakuryu at this point, because they will have the alpha strike damage and they will get all the buffs. And in this scenario here, Aegir's fine, but again, you're lacking a lot of anti-air. You're lacking so much anti-air. These are torpedo boats that have okay anti-air, but like this is terrible. This is absolute. These are low numbers. you need more anti-air, because remember, anti-air stat not only increases your damage to planes, but also reduces the damage you take from planes. So if your total ACV is not a decent amount, then you're gonna struggle. Yeah, Isuzu is a map drop. You can get Isuzu off of what world is she on? She drops on World 7, Map 3. World 7 Map 3 is going to be your go-to for Isuzu. She is a very strong IJN anti-air ship. I think she has like triple anti-air guns, so she is quite strong. That's really it when it comes to like anti-air. My guy, like unfortunately, IJN is not very well equipped for it, and neither is the KMS. You've in all truth, people love the IJN faction. They love the KMS faction, but the IJN faction lives and dies by the two carriers, like its two major carriers, Kazagumo, Shimakaze, Shinano, like all of its URs. Like its URs are just very, very strong. On a general level, the rest of the faction is like, we joke about the fact that the IGN is like one of the strongest factions in the game, and they are very, very strong, but the cracks are starting to show in that a lot of their strength is in their UR ships and their destroyers and some of their CLs. Like they're still a very, very solid faction. You're just lacking some of their strongest ships right now that would allow you, make it easier for you. Z1's new augment. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Z fleet is also really good. If you want to do Iron Blood, you need to get the character DD Iron Blood. You need to get, oh, you've gotten Z1. Where is it? Do you have Z1? Iron Blood. DD. This one right here. You need to level her up. If you want to use Iron Blood, you need to level her up. She buffs the frontline Iron Blood ships. She buffs anti-air. She reduces the damage they take from carriers. And if you pair her up with the new girl Felix, you're gonna have a good time. She has a new augment apparently too. I did not know that. I'm gonna look it up. I'm going to craft it. Because I actually use my Z1 on my main account. So I'm going to craft it real quick. Let's see what this is. The one and only style. She has a slash effect on the Z Vanguard Plus. Increase the ship's reload and accuracy by 40%. Increase your Z-Class DD's firepower, evasion, and AA by 40%. Increase the ship's main gun efficiency by 10%. There's another Z-Class DD in your fleet. Improve the ship's all-out assault. What was the difference? Unequip. Firepower and evasion. Oh, it now increases. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a huge buff. Okay, that is a huge buff. Because originally it's just firepower and evasion. Now it increases anti-air as well. That's crazy. That's crazy. And her efficiency goes up. Cool. Very nice. And it also increases reload and accuracy now. Yeah, no, that's crazy. This is a huge buff. And then she decreases the damage your Vanguard takes from aircraft by 30%. Yeah. That's insane. That's kind of cracked. I'm not gonna lie. That is actually kind of cracked. You should definitely get your Z1 up. For sure. Prime. If you want your Iron Blood to succeed, you need to level her up for sure. You need the ZD. Yes, you have one. You have one. You have Z23. You have Z1. All you need is what's her name? Z46 or Otto, eventually. Z46 being the main one. Yeah, leaving out her with that AA buff would be a crime. I agree. And Felix, yes, and Felix. So maybe switch from Hindenburg to Felix, or after you're done with Hindenburg, because she's also really good. Obviously, go grab Felix. So for your Iron Blood fleets, because you basically need anti-air. That's their solution right now. With these fleets that you're running, you need to grab the ships within these factions that actually give you anti-air. So I would say go farm Isuzu, level up Z1. go unlock Felix, finish unlocking Hindenburg, and go from there. So if you go to the wiki page for Z1, I think they could comfortably clear World 13. I guess I'll find out on my Ironblood account now, because now that I have this and I'm almost done with Rupert over there on her Fate Sim 5, I may actually get a chance to find out. Yep. So if you come over here to Z1 and you click and you go down here to her skill, increase firepower evasion of all Z-Class DDs in your Vanguard by 20%. Click this, Z-Class DDs. It'll tell you all the Z-Class. 7 subcategories out of 7. So all of the ships that fall into these categories all count as Z-Class. Z1, Z2, Z18, Z19, Z20. They all count as Z-Class. Basically every Ironblood destroyer counts as Z-Class. And trust me, the wiki is usually very, very like 99.9% accurate. It's not very often that it's wrong. So no problem. So yeah, that's what I would work on. So, all right, well, that is going to be the end of this account review. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like and maybe a subscribe and, maybe a comment or something along those lines. And then come on over to twitch.tv/Agito Live, where maybe you can get your account reviewed and get some advice, or maybe just flex, or something along those lines, or whatever you want to do. I don't care. Just, come on. Yeah, well, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Later.